everybody.
So today we're here with Annette Stornero, and today's webinar is about answering men's questions about how to get what you want in a relationship. And based on the questions we've been finding and getting, it seems like most men are really interested in how to get into a relationship, how to get a woman, and then also how to get them back. But doesn't seem to be too much interest in actually how to keep the relationship and how to maintain it and how to keep it going. So, Annette, I think you have some insights on why that is and what we can do about that, right?
Yeah. So from my perspective and everything, I'm studying about the masculine and feminine energy. So now we're talking about the energy both men and women have masculine and feminine energy. Men have more dominant masculine energy in them, and women have dominant feminine energy. So society has taught us to value the masculine. So we get that at early age. And especially for men, then they don't explore the feminine energy at all. Women tend to explore, being pushed to explore more the masculine and learn about that. So the feminine energy and characteristics of the feminine energy is to connect and value relationship, and that is very important to women.
So you're saying connection is really important.
Yeah. So that's why women always make sure connect, and it's also related to an instinct. So it's even make it even more hardcore. So if a man integrates the feminine and starts to value connection and relationship, his life is going to be richer. As the same for women, it's like their first thing is not sex, but they to learn to have the connection, and sex will enhance and enrich her life. So if then for men the procreation and sexuality is very important. It is like action, outgoing energy, and the urge to push and give that energy. Also, so it's like you have the lingam and it's all about not only to penetrate with your penis, it's to penetrate with your action to accomplish things in the world. So that is very, very like action, outgoing energy wants to express itself through the masculine. So it's a very beautiful. Both is then you need someone who receives this.
Mm-hmm.
So you need. So that's when a women can if learn how to interact and have more fulfilling to learn about this energy dance. If that does that make sense? So yeah, that makes sense then.
So do you think then the men don't feel like there is any action required while they are in the relationship because it's always about getting something, or like do you understand my question?
No, but I think if he's looking for to give that energy, that is focus, then it's not about connect. Because connect is through a connection is not the focus.
So maintaining the connection is not what they do naturally, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
The
Cool.
masculine energy doesn't do that, but the feminine does.
Okay. All right. And the most questions I always get in my practice, and also what I got here too, is how do I get a woman to have sex with me. And we just touched briefly on this subject, but I want to share my screen and show you, based on the chakra system, like what the man needs to do in order for the woman to have sex with her. So I'm going to share my screen to show you, okay?
Cool.
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for, based on those chakra system like hat, what the man needs to do in order for the woman to have sex with him. So I'm going to share my screen to show you, okay?
Well, Siri is answering my question, so this is cool. I'll look at it later. I didn't even ask Siri to say anything, but she's trying to answer my question, you know. So that's quite interesting.
That's kind of funny. So
I'm trying to get my screen share turned on. I was just getting distracted by Siri trying to help me. That's really funny. And then, are you able to see my screen and read the text on it?
I am able to see the screen. It's a little bit small. Can you make it?
Yeah, I can do
make it bigger. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so according to the chakra system, which is an Indian system, each person, man or woman, have 7 different chakras, which are spinning wheels or energy centers in the body, and all these energies have different functions. So if you see that you can imagine as different flavors of ice cream when you talk in the terms of energy. So each energy has a different aspect to it. So for men, if a man wants to have sex with a woman, then the only thing they're interested in that a woman can provide them with is their first chakra needs, which is safety and security. So as long as the man knows that this woman is not going to hurt them or kill them, they're okay. They're ready to go for the sex, which is the second chakra, as you see it here. And for a woman, if a man wants to have sex with a woman, he has to meet all these other energies that a woman is required, because women work from top to bottom. So for the woman to feels like she wants to have sex with a guy, he has to connect with her on all these different levels until you get to the second chakra. So first the man has to show either intelligence or sense of humor or something with his mental energy to get the attention of the woman. And then when he gets the attention of the woman with his mind, then he has to start communicating and establish some sort of a communication going on back and forth with the woman by talking about himself or asking questions about her. And asking questions about her is usually the best way to get a woman to talk and connect with you. If you just talk about yourself, that's also interesting, but like I think if you show interest in a woman by asking her questions about her, then she would be more likely to open up for you. And then she also has to feel loved, and that's really hard to do when you don't know each other. You don't know anything about this person to actually show your vulnerability, show your internal side and open up to her emotionally. That's not really difficult for a man usually to do, but it can definitely be done. You just have to be able to open yourself up and show yourself exactly the way you are. And in this case, even just looking into her eyes is going to make her feel more comfortable and safe with you. And sometimes you don't even have to talk. We covered that in the last webinar. And then So first of all, Annette will talk a little bit more about it, but first of all, you have to use your feminine power to get in touch with the woman, but then you actually have to take action, which is the male power, and Annette will talk about that in more details. And when you made a combination of your feminine and masculine energies, then the woman will be able to have sex with you with the combination of those two types of energies. So I'm going to switch off my screen share now, and then Annette, you can add to all this and explain it from your perspective.
Yes. So first you may, I don't know, men with how they, if you get triggered, oh, it's so much work. So I have to do all these things. Or is it the challenge? Are you men up for the challenge to have a real adventure? It's a challenge to conquer a woman.
Yes.
Wow. And that's usually a woman you like to hang around with longer than just have one night stands. You men, that's not to conquer. It's not fun. Then you know that was just that was easy. Are there higher mountains to climb? So yeah, it's like nature has set it up that to conquer a woman to really, it's like an adventure. Woohoo!
That's true.
So yeah, you have to lead with the feminine to connect with her. But interestingly, first you use your superpower, which is your mind. It's a masculine trait. So the mind. So use your masculine mind power to attract her first and open the chakra, the top chakra, and then so it's actually you're leading with the masculine, and then you have to do the feminine to connect, looking into the eyes. And then you switch again to the masculine to take action. But then you have to switch again, so you have to be comfortable switching back and forth, which is required because how she is responding. So if she opens up, yeah, take action. But if she doesn't open up and you feel that she's receiving, then there is something more of required from you to connect to the heart. Maybe it's not enough to just look into the eyes and touch. You are too eager. You are too much on with your masculine. Then you have to back off. So it's like a dance back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it will keep the attraction going, but you are in lead, and a woman would absolutely follow your lead if she feels that you are comfortable with your masculine energy, and also that you're able to meet her and know with your feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So it's like a ballroom dancing.
Yes. One step forward, one step back.
Yeah, it's like leading. Are she actually following?
Yeah.
Okay, like the more she's willing, you can spin her and do whatever. It's really fun, but you have to take the lead. Women love the masculine energy to take action, but you can't just push her like if she's like a shell, and you push with your force just to penetrate her and boom, open her up. No, that doesn't work. There is a dance to it.
Yeah, and I like what you said about the dance. So there's some ways you can know if the woman is opening up or not. If she's opening up, she will be leaning towards you, or if you lean towards her, then she will not move back. If she moves back when you lean towards her, then she's still afraid of something. She's still not comfortable with you. So like exactly what you said. If the man leads, then the woman will follow, or even move closer to the man physically, and try to touch. The woman will try to touch you to will make some sort of a connection with you physically also. Or if you try to touch her hand, you will have to see if she will leave her hand there, or hold your hand, or she will pull her hand back. So you can even look for physical clues to see if she's interested or not interested. And based on how she's responding, you either have to step back and find another way to connect with her, or if she's responding, then you can start moving forward with your masculine energy. And it's like you said, it's a dance, so you need to know exactly when to hold back, when to step back. And it's a beautiful dance for me when the man is really open and receptive to how far they can push before I push back, and not ever get to that point. So it's really, really fun for me to watch when I go out on a date with somebody. If the man has that kind of skill, that they push, but they never push to that border where I actually have to push back. They step back right before, or stop right before they know that they will be rejected, and they stay there. Or if they feel like they push too far, instead of pushing again and make me completely push them away, they know how to step back and relax, and how to start back on again into action. It's really a fun dance.
It's like teasing. It's like you're tickling someone. It's teasing. This is the teasing, and also if she is start to giggle and laugh, like you know that she is yeah. You can move forward, flipping her hair.
Yeah, playing with her hair. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And that really leads into another question that we got, that a man asked, if how can he tell if the female friend is interested in him sexually? And these are exactly the same signs. If she's looking into your eyes, if she's smiling at you, if she's playing with her hair, if you try to get physical with her, like touch her elbow or her hand, if she's gonna pull it away from you, or if she's gonna let you hold her the way you touch her. Those are all clear signs whether a woman who's just your friend is interested in you or not. So yeah, just always try to flirt and tease and see if she's pulling back, or if she's leaning more towards you and following your lead in these instances. Of course, it's not easy to take the lead, but if you don't take the lead, the woman who is interested will either not take the lead and nothing will happen, or if she takes the lead, it might freak you out and might send you running away from her, because it's not doesn't feel natural usually for the man or the woman to actually take the lead and pursue the guy.
Right. So, but another thing is like, if it's more if you were only for one night stand, and you want the easy, then do you really want the woman who could have even a more advanced dance with? So it's levels of this too. So it could be a woman who you really feel you're super attracted to her, but she is like, she doesn't look at you. She look away, and but you feel that the energy is there, and you think you get mixed signals, right? Because you feel that the attraction is really strong. So, and the woman feels that too. So then, for a woman, it could be that, yeah, she really are checking you. So it could be like, you are, as a woman, you play that you are not interested.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have more to tell about that? Why we are doing that as women?
Well, I personally don't do that, but there are many ways. Sometimes women learn it naturally, that they have to pretend that they don't like the guy to get the guy chase them, and sometimes they learn it from their parents or from their friends. But even books are written on these subjects that, like, if you really like a man, pretend like you don't really like them and get the man to chase you, which is, to me, it's a very stupid game, but it's actually very effective. So I don't know actually what to do with a woman like that, because I've never been one like that, and I don't think you ever been like that either. So it will be up to you if you want to be in a relationship with a woman who plays these games, or do you want to find somebody who's actually honest and open and vulnerable with you from the beginning. So there's two different camps on this subject, so yeah. So it's personal choice. I think it's really attracted to men to be chasing a woman, but is that what you want to do for the rest of your life with this woman? Then it's going to be tricky. Or if she changes and accepts you and you really love the chase, then you have to be chasing after somebody else if that's what you're attracted to. So it's a very, very tricky game. So it's up to you if you want to get into something like that or not. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just wanted to throw that into the pot because yes, if you can trust what the energy you feel, and you feel that is like true, but then it doesn't mean that you are going to have sex or a relationship. It's like
Mhm. And you could be just honest and say, "Hey, I'm really attracted to you, and I'd like to know if you're attracted to me or not." And why not just ask? And then if the woman answers honestly, then it's great. And if she doesn't answer honestly, then that's her problem. Sometimes you just have to take that quantum leap and actually ask a straight, right question. And in our culture, it's not really common, but where I come from Hungary, normally people would say, "Hey, I'm not attracted to you, but we can be friends," and then you don't have to keep guessing if they ever call you back or if they're interested, or and then you can move on to somebody who might be interested in you. So honesty is really valuable too if you have the guts to actually go for
yeah.
it.
So this is, if it's a game and the woman is playing that to get you, you would not feel that sexual energy going between you. So
Mm.
there is a reason why woman it could be that the energy is so strong, so it's frightening. That's why that could be a reason. So it's like that's how you discern if she's playing a game to trick you or it's actually energy. So your advice to us. I
Mm.
love that, the honesty, because
Yeah, for most men, when we talk about energy, it's like talking in a different language. So if men are interested, I will be actually doing a lot of courses all over the world to get in touch with energy and how to learn to feel that energy that you're talking about. But in my experience, most men don't actually have that sixth sense, so to speak, to feel that energy, which everybody can learn how to feel that energy.
Mhm.
So that's why I mostly talk to guys about visual cues and physical touch, because a lot of times they don't have that sense. If like they don't really sense the woman's sexual energy, they just sense their own sexual energy, but they can sense if the woman is putting out sexual energy or not a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you that's what we love to teach you. We have this combo. Have that perspective of the energy, and I have the masculine and feminine, and teaching women about the intuition. So, and how to use to read energy. So it's much to learn from each other, from the other women, and learn from men and men from women. I love that.
Yeah. Well, right now we're nearly a half an hour, so and we have a couple of more questions. So I wonder you maybe want to continue next week with answering more questions, and also see if we get more questions based on this webinar or on our previous webinar, because it seems like we are getting to the half an hour now, and it would be good to maybe continue with this topic next week. Do you want to do that, or?
Yes, we can do that. Absolutely.
Okay, great.
So could we give them what teaser? What would we then what based on the question? What would the subject would we talk about?
Well, the couple of more questions I have is, one is what is the best way to keep a long distance relationship going, which we can both talk about it because we're sometimes both in a long distance relationship. I am in one now, and Annette is in it about 6 months of the year, I think. And then the other question I have is, my partner is so uptight in bed. How can I get her to relax? So those are two big topics that we can talk about in the next webinar. And if you have more questions, then we can actually address your questions too in the next webinar.
Yeah, and we hope this opens up to new, more curious questions. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.